In this demo, I'd like to show you a very simple HTML file that I've created. We'll take a look at it in a browser and then see how it's built using a popular online HTML editor. So here's the file in question. It's called hello.html. The .html extension tells me this is a HTML file and it will contain some HTML code. Let's look at this file in a browser by right-clicking and saying Open with Microsoft Edge. The file is loaded from my disk and then it displays its contents. And here you can see that this simple file is just showing me the text hello HTML, and it's also changed the title of the page to be my first HTML page. So there you have it, a very simple HTML page. Let's now go to an online tool and try to create this page from scratch. Okay, so how did we create this page? Well, there are many ways to create HTML files, and we'll show you a few throughout this course. At this point in time, I'll introduce you to JSBin, which is one of your options. And to do that, I'll open up a new tab and go to jsbin.com. Here I am inside JSBin. You can see that I'm using the free version right now. I haven't logged in, I haven't registered or done anything else. I'm just going to use the site as a kind of HTML playground to create our simple HTML page. And we'll have a quick look around the layout of the site. Here you can see there's a panel on the left, which is a HTML panel to edit HTML code. And on the right you have an output panel that will eventually display whatever code you write on the left hand side. And the site can cater for other languages such as JavaScript, CSS and so on. And you can also share code snippets and do lots more. I'd encourage you to browse around, but for this exercise we're just going to use the site in this simple format. So as I said, this page on the left hand side, it was opened by default when we navigated here, and it contains some HTML. There's no content or output yet, and we'll get to that shortly. But this would be the most basic HTML code file that you would need to create in order to produce your first HTML page. You could probably do a little bit simpler, but this is a very good template for us to start with. So why don't we just walk through some of the tags and elements that we see right in front of us. The first thing we see at the top of the page is a doc type declaration. This always comes before everything else in a HTML file. It's actually just some information for the browser about what version of HTML the page is written in. And in this case here, it signifies that the page is written in HTML5. The next tag we see is the HTML tag, and as you can see we have the beginning tag here and the ending tag at the end, which means everything on a HTML page is contained within these two tags. So all other tags must be contained or nested within this tag, and it tells the browser of course that this is a HTML document. In this example we then have a head tag, again a beginning and end head tag, and as you can see this head tag contains other types of elements. You can see in this example there's a meta and a title element. And there are more than these two. We've actually seen the title element in action already. It defines the title for the page that's used in the browser tabs or toolbar, and the title is also used in the browser history. So for example, in our page we had typed my first HTML page, and that's where that would be created. So that's the head tag. Next up is the body element. And as its name suggests, this element contains the body of the page, meaning all of its contents. As you learn more and more about HTML, you'll see there's lots of different tags you can put in here to do various different things within your HTML page. But for now, as in our example, we'll just type some text. Whoops, hello HTML. And as you can see, output is now appearing because we have some content in our body. And I can do a lot more here if I want to, but for now, that's just showing you that this page has created the same output as our original page, hello HTML, and the page title we've set as my first HTML page, and that's the amount of code it takes to construct that page.